These are the fragrances I wore the past 7 days. Now, I might wear more than 7 fragrances in 7 days because you got the daytime ones. Sometimes those shorter lived ones are actually good for the rotation because 5 hours goes by, almost nothing left on you, time to spray something else, and you can sample multiple different things in a day and also kind of rock with the different vibes of the day. You know, you don't feel the same all day. I don't feel the same all day. Different occasions arise as the day goes on. So, you know, only a few tried and true are really solid for a 9-hour work day. So let's check it out with Lattafa Suqraat, baby. Lattafa Suqraat. Okay, this is the one I keep saying is the best Lattafa. It's a very simple kind of smell. It is aquatic with incense. So it's an aquatic freshie with incense at the $20-something mark, and it's quite nice. A little spraying action here. All right, so guys, I have stuff all over me from I sampled. I got a whole decant haul in, so my arms are covered in other fragrances, but yeah, I've been wearing this. It's an Acqua di Gio Profumo. I already talked about it. Doesn't last crazy long, like 4 or 5 hours max you're getting out of this. Maybe some lingering skin effect at the end of that, but yeah, Lattafa Suqraat's really nice. Definitely a fragrance that Lattafa did right. It's delicate enough. They didn't get it a little bit wrong. It's pretty much spot on. I mean, yeah, it's hard to justify, you know, saving up for the discontinued Profumo because that thing's going to be a lot of money eventually, and they reformulate it to the Parfum. So this gets you close enough in the air. Very mass appealing smell. I keep saying this is the best Lattafa, so definitely not dunking on this one. They do have the capability of putting out some pretty decent stuff, okay? And the bottle's pretty interesting. I kind of like it. So yeah, I wear that one given like if I know I'm going to have like a short event of some kind, like, you know, maybe I'm just going out and picking something up, or I know I'm going to like run into somebody here or there, you know, even going to coach and stuff. I might just throw a couple hits of this on because it's going to be like really subdued and not super loud, and you smell clean and fresh, and that's kind of a vibe that you're looking for with this kind of a fragrance. So yeah, this is like an aquatic, like, you know, lover's thing right here. Not marine, doesn't smell like sea, like fishy at all. No, it's like aquatic, like freshness. It's actually quite abstract of a concept when you think about it. But yeah, here you go. Let's talk about another one. So let's talk about the one I wore today. Basically, if you could think of the opposite, this Mancera's Intense Red Tobacco Intense. I could not wait to get my hands on this, man. This came in yesterday. I cracked open the box, sprayed it on. I am in love with this fragrance, okay? This is one of my favorite fragrances for sure. All right, so what do you get with this Mancera Red Tobacco Intense? You get a whole lot of stuff, but how do I characterize this for you? You do get the tobacco, but not in like a Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille kind of tobacco. It's a little bit of a harsh kind of tobacco, but the intense version of this, right? There's the Red Tobacco and the Red Tobacco Intense. Also, just check this bottle out, man. It's so sick. I love it. Yeah, very nice bottle. Love the red, the gold bottom. Magnetic cap. Yeah, absolutely. So sick. But yeah, so what you get with this, it's like a layer. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I gotta spray some on, talk to you guys real quick. It's a little harsh when you first spray it, but when it starts to dry down, or even like pretty soon, it gets right into this like, so there's like a vanilla sweetness, there's like a touch of leather, a touch of oud, some tobacco, and this like really nice blend of spices. So when you think of all that, it's probably the best fall weather fragrance that I have in basically my whole collection. Besides like maybe on the level of like Baraonda, this is like super high level, man. This is like what I want it to smell like. This is what I want the fragrance that I get to smell like. This thing absolutely has the highest quality, and it's really raising the bar for me when it comes to like what things smell like. It's got layers and nuance. I wore it today to work, 9-hour day, and throughout the whole day, it went through so many, I got like so many whiffs of the different layers of this thing. It is so beautiful. Sometimes you get that oud like towards the end, like 9 hours, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours in. the oud started to come out a little more. Just this touch. Nothing like too in your face like oudi. You get like that leather thing that's going on that makes it a little bit like just like upscale kind of smell. It's still a little bit rugged and like masculine. It's definitely masculine.
Yeah.
And the spices come out with the sweetness too. There's like some vanilla in this for sure. There's some kind of sweet. Now guys, I'm not staring at notes. I'm just telling you off the top of my head what this stuff smells like. And it's like this like very masculine, powerful smell. But it also is seductive and sweet and warm and spicy and excellent. This thing is so freaking good, man. It's me in a bottle. I like it much better than red tobacco. Red tobacco comes off harsh and it dries down much different. I think there's a lot more like nuance and layers going on in this. Maybe it doesn't last as long as red tobacco, but I've not owned red tobacco. I've owned a decant of it and worn that whole decant. Not thinking it's full bottle worthy, like not something I want to go into as a full bottle. This one though, when I smelled the decant that I ordered of it, I was immediately impressed, and then within an hour or two, I was in love, absolutely in love with this. This thing right here is just a man's man, kind of like it fits my vibe. It's like a little bit, I mean, it just fits me, you know. It's like, it's not too like I'm a man, but it's not too like offensive at all. It does have like really nice components to it that make it like really suck you in, and it's just really freaking layered. Beautiful Mancera, man. This stuff is just hard to compare all those cheapies that we talk about to. There's not a single cheapie that does what this does, and I hate to sound elitist, right? But that's really what's going on here, guys. The quality on this thing is off the charts. It raises the bar, and that's the thing I keep bringing up. This raises that bar for your nose. Like, man, this is crazy. Not year round though. You could not. I mean, you could wear it in the summer, but I could go on and on about this bad boy. It's beautiful. Love it, love it. So yeah, intense red tobacco. Hard to follow that act up, man. Really hard to follow that act up. When you compare like other things to that, it's really tough. So let's keep it in the Mancera family. I wore this one too, and definitely banged for hours and hours. This thing just goes, for me, this thing just goes and goes. You know, I got a little dent forming there. I do have a lot of fragrances, and that's quite a few sprays. I've definitely worn this. So this is like a uplifting kind of bright fragrance with like a lot of masculinity kind of like wrapped into it. And it's almost like their take on a Creed Aventus style DNA. It's a fruity, like pineapple kind of sour, a little bit lemon, bright citruses, really bright citruses, and this sweet kind of pineapple sweetness, whether they list it or not. Maybe black currant is in here too. But then you get like this complexity. It's almost like there's a touch of a leather note in this that makes it super different than the rest of the Creed Aventus kind of style of DNAs. This thing does walk to its own, the beat of its own drum. Mancera, I'm telling you, has some really great offerings, and I really do enjoy this. This thing is really nice, okay? Mancera Cedrat Boise Intense. 120 ml bottles too, so they give you a nice fat bottle. Listen, I'm not sponsored by Mancera, but that would be a dream, right? To have them send me some stuff. Unfortunately, I think I'm already getting my hands on all their best offerings, to be honest. I almost have 5. And I've sampled a lot of their stuff that really I think that I might like. And then some of it's hit and miss, really. They have almost too many offerings. But this one right here is hyped for a reason. Intense Cedrat Boise, okay? Again, this thing is just like a beautiful, balanced fragrance. And it's got little components to it, like that soft, sweet muskiness that they construct into their fragrances. It's got this fruity sweetness. It's got this real masculine rugged edge to it, and it's got a touch of leather, and it's just like this fresh citrus, fruity, tiny bit smoky, but it's more of like a leather thing, not really the birch that you get in like a Creed Aventus kind of thing. This thing is just nuts. All right, my friends, like, they came over, they smelled this, they were like, yo, gotta have it. So I gave one a sample of it. He ended up getting the intense full bottle just like me right here. Shout out Connor, what up? So yeah, Cedrat Boise Intense on my menu this week. I definitely wore that the last 7 days. Here's another pretty nice. I wore this yesterday, so let's go right into it. Yeah, man. This is it right here. This is one of my kings. This is one of my tops, right? This thing is just Nasomatto Baraonda. Nasomatto's Baraonda. Little dent in the bottle, right? A little bit. I'm really actually cherishing this because I freaking love this, man. I wore it yesterday, put on a lot of sprays, and I went out to an event. There's a brewery. There's a jiu-jitsu tournament. My guy Joe, he had to compete, and I was like, yeah, let me just go put some of my favorite stuff on. Makes me feel like comfortable in my own skin. You know, I love this smell. It's a boozy fragrance, but you do have like this smoky woods going on. Something gourmand about it. Something that you would like just the way. It's very complex fragrance. Let's spray some. I gotta just light it up. Yeah, it's a beautiful, delicate fragrance, but also like masculinity, booziness. They say whiskey notes. I've had someone tell me I smell like actual alcohol drinks, like John, were you drinking today? You smell like, a Corona, but like a high-end Corona. And I was like, yeah, I guess I get that, but not really. There's like a floral body in this. There is a little bit of something playing around with florals. The notes online are not accurate because this perfumer never released those notes. These are people just guessing what the notes are. So there's got to be some florals in this for sure. Something he played with in the mids there. I don't know. And then in the base, you have like these woods that are like smoky, kind of airy woods, like. Because this has layers. This is what I'm talking about with like texture, right? So there's like a texture to these fragrances. Like even Mancera, like when I said that there's like multiple like textures to these, right? It's that multi-dimensional space that it kind of plays in and out of. And this does that too. It plays around like as you're wearing it, gives you some presentation, it goes away and the new piece comes out and you get that note. That's what I'm talking about, guys. The potential is so high for something like unbelievable, beautiful stuff, right? And it's mass appealing smelling, in my opinion. This thing is just me in a bottle again. It's definitely not as intense as the Mancera red tobacco. Definitely a little bit more subtle, but still a smoky, kind of sweet. Definitely has a sweetness, a smokiness, a woodsiness, a booziness, a whiskey, and some floral touch that's not like flowery at all, but there is some body to it. And the texture on this, the way it just kind of goes in and out, and the airiness it's ridiculous, guys. Absolutely. Baraonda from Nasomatto, one of my top fragrances of all time for sure. I've smelled maybe like 500 different fragrances at this point. It's got to be one of the top 10 ever for me. So I wore that this week. I wore it yesterday, and I'm definitely gushing about that till the end of time. I love this one. I actually have sampled a lot of the Nasomatto stuff, and I can't find anything else from the house that I like. Just that one fragrance so far, and I have to finish my sampling, but so far, like China White, it's off the table. It's a horrible white floral fragrance that I don't think I could rock. Some of his other stuff from Ordo Parisi, like Tironi, I'm having it on my arm right now. Not for me, guys. Smells like you're on fire. But I'll do a reaction video to my samples of Nasomatto and see what's full bottle worthy. But honestly, right now, Nasomatto Baraonda is the find for me. That's what I needed to find from the house so far. And I'm so happy. I blind bought that based on a sample I got from Alexandria. They tried to clone it, and I like that too. It's called The Godfather. It's actually really good, but the texture's totally different, guys. Similar smells, some of the same notes, but I'm telling you, the high end, that one right there, worth getting the original. Almost, I couldn't ever recommend. Like if you never smelled that, I can't really relate. I can't help you by saying go get the clones of it. No, man, the textures on that, the way it moves, the way it dances, the art behind it, forget about it. Okay. Anyway. I'm going to come down a level. We're going to go cheap now. I wear this all the time, man. This Hawas Ice, baby. All right, this is a hype beast for reasons that we all know. It is a mass appealing, fresh, aquatic kind of lemony, citrus, fresh like shower jelly kind of deal. It could be a little off for some of you guys out there, but yo, it's mass appealing in the air. People smell it. It's nuclear, where people smell it really far away. This thing is just a great dumb reach. Like, I go to grab this when I want to be different than all the other freshies out there, because it's definitely walking to the beat of its own drum. I don't know if this one still has the plum note in it. It might, because it does have this like kind of density to it, and it does have a nice presentation in the air. It seems to be a little bit more dense the way it comes off, so it hits you kind of like a waft hits you, and you'll get the same waft over and over again from this. It doesn't really change all day. That's Justin Copeland put that thought in my head, and now I kind of think of my fragrances. How do they dance? How do they perform? What the story does it tell, you know, from an artistic perspective? Is it a one-dimensional, or is it like a freaking symphony, right? This thing is a bit more of a one-dimensional, but it's perfect for what it is, and I think the price has come down. This is the more mass. I have a comparison video of Hawas Original versus the Hawas Ice, and I think that does a great job kind of breaking up how to think about these two. But this is the more mass appealing, safer bet of the two, all right? It's got a little bit more citrus going on, a little bit bluer of a fragrance, a little bit more fresh of a fragrance, and a little bit less spicy, heavy of a fragrance. This is a lot lighter, but it still lasts, performs, does its job. Gotta love this thing. It's always gonna be one of my staples in my collection, and I'm always gonna rock Hawas and Hawas Ice. I'll never go without it. I love it. I love it. I wear it all the time. It's in all my mix downs. It's my work scent, right? It's a freshie that makes it to the end of the day and beyond. To the end of the day and beyond. And I work a 9-hour day, 3 days a week on the clock, right? No need to actually spray more of this at all. Sometimes I gotta bring a decant to like spray a little bit more, because I'll be running around all day burning fragrance. But this one lasts all day. Gotta say, for a cheapie or whatever, Rasasi definitely is doing things with this Hawas stuff. And this, I haven't smelled the Lattafa on this level yet. That's what I'm saying about when I'm dunking on Lattafa. You know, I'm trying to be fair to it, but nothing even got here yet. You know what I mean? Like, and this is not even much more than most of the Lattafa fragrances. So yeah, guys, I'm going to keep talking about that, because I am getting some feedback, and some people, confirmation bias, you know, they hear what they want to hear from what I'm saying, and they don't hear what I'm not saying. You know, they just kind of pick and choose the information that they're like, oh, all clones are bad, oh, Lattafa suck. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you just save a little bit more money, you can get some stuff that absolutely nukes on that, dunks on it, and so much better. Let me stop beating that horse up a little bit, all right? So we got to talk about something that was real serious this last 2 weeks, right? Bam, me getting my hands on this real Nishane Wulong Cha, all right? Guys, let me tell you something. I bought a fake of this, and I hadn't smelled the real sample. I had a sample like over a year ago. And when I got the fake, the bottle looked pretty real to me. I never saw what these bottles look like. They're actually, once I see this, now I can tell a fake a mile away. And I did a video comparing this to the fake bottle already. That's actually pretty intriguing. You guys can probably use what's in that video to figure out like if you're getting fakes or not, you know, because the quality control issues and like all the little things. But I got a counterfeit, guys. So someone made a fake bottle, made a whole fake thing, made fake juice, put it in here, probably sold it for like less than $10 to this eBay seller, and then sold it to me for $164, because this is an expensive fragrance. If you buy this like retail, like I guess if you get this full price, it's over $200, guys. This is a real serious fragrance right here, and it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I'm so glad I got the real one, because I was so disappointed. I thought that the fake one was the real one, so I put a review out. I deleted the review. I deleted everything I said about that Wulong Cha, because the real Wulong Cha, guys, forget it. I wore this 4 days in a row, every single day to work. Compliment monster, absolutely. Like, I'm telling you, unisex too. So, you know, a girl out there, yo, you should wear this. Guy out there, you should wear this. Anybody out there, you should wear this. This thing is sick. It's so nice, guys. Nishane, baby. Really interesting, too, with the cap. When you get one and you play with the cap, you'd be like, oh, wait. This is kind of strange how this works. I don't know if it's suction or, like, Is it a magnet? It's very interesting. But yeah, Wulong Cha. It's got like, so picture like really nice citruses, light citruses, but they're definitely, it sticks around all day. And then you got this tea note in here that makes it like kind of calm and gentle, but a little bit like of a mineral smell. Like, yeah, this thing, let's spray it. Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Oh, it smells like real, like freshly cut, some kind of like fruits and vegetable mix. You have like a greenness to it, guys. There's like a touch of this like greenness. There's like a fig note in it that makes it sweet, but only a little sweet, not too sweet. This thing is just like an air that goes about you. It is fresh, uplifting, positive energy, meditative, like all that, mindfulness, all that stuff. It's all in the smell of this one, man. If you embody any of that, this one is for you. Nishane Wulong Cha is freaking unique, stellar, long-lasting. Not sponsored by them. I don't think I ever will be. But, so this is all from the bottom of my heart, guys. This fragrance
touched me.
Right? I love it so much. As a unisex, it's great, okay? And it lasts a long time on you. And it dries down beautifully, right? Again, I can't compare. Good luck cloning this. That's all I'm saying, right? Even the one that I said kind of comes up second place to this, the Dua clone of it, not anywhere near this, man. So fine-tuned. All the layers make sense. They managed to make it perform. It's a citrus fragrance, so like citruses tend to be light molecules. From my understanding, citruses just kind of burn off faster than a lot of the other stuff, like heavy, dense woods that kind of sit on you. Tobacco sits on you. A lot of things like that. So, yeah, this is a light fragrance that lasts long, and that's what gets me. There's nothing really crazy vanilla sweet that makes it stay on you. Like, I don't know how they got it to stay on you without being a synthetic mess either. It smells quite natural. So yeah, I could gush about Wulong Cha all day, and that's what I'm saying, guys. I wore these the last week, and I just can't get away from them. Now we're gonna go all cheapies, all right? This is a new one to my collection. Luchano, baby, Coastal Breeze. So I have 2 Luchano fragrances now, and I love both of them. I do. This is great. This is just, it lasts a long time too. Not too crazy. What the atomizer on that? Look at that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. That atomizer's crazy. This is a clone of Pacific Chill from Louis Vuitton. Fresh, like a little bit fruity though. Kind of like subdued of a smell. It's not like a super bright smell. I could smell some of the creation like that Imagination embodies, because I've smelled a lot of like Imagination, clones of it, Afternoon Swim. This one, I could see it being maybe a flanker of that. It's got that like fresh kind of, there is aquatic notes for sure in this. There is some kind of like a melon and maybe some florals that play you and make you think that it's like this fresh kind of like soapiness, but I don't know if that's florals. BT Sense said it smells like well, he's got the Alexandria version. I think this one, I have the Alexandria, I have a sample of it, but I like this one way better. It's got just more texture to it, you know. It's got more quality to it maybe of a smell, and it lasted on me a long time, so it's still on the shirt that I sprayed it on. And that night I just kept smelling it. The whole car was full of it, and it was like hours later, right? So this thing's great, right? It's a freshie, but it's unique and beautiful and just simple too. Nothing too like crazy or citrusy going on here. It's like an aquatic freshie with some fruity. Maybe it's like some kind of like a melon or something. But yeah, man, this is just really, really nice. Really, really great fragrance right here. So yeah, Luchano did it real well with this one, guys. Luchano did it real well. So this is Coastal Breeze. Definitely worth it on the cheap end of things. Smells very high quality. To follow that up, you already know what it is. Visionary, Alexandria's Visionary. I'm always rocking Visionary, given any chance I can. I mean, you guys already know I'm gonna be getting Imagination from Louis Vuitton. That'll be my first Louis Vuitton fragrance, probably. There was a dark fragrance that I smelled at Louis Vuitton though, and that one intrigued me more than this, but we'll see what happens. I could kind of use this for a long time. Compliment Machine, right? Definitely strong for the first couple hours. I smell it all day. Something about the citrus sits on you. This is Alexandria's Visionary, okay? I'll put the name on the screen as I usually do. But this thing, aquatic, citrus, freshy. Long lasting, for me, perfect. I love it in the air. It's simple, you know, it's not a really overly like complex fragrance. Some people might not even realize you're wearing fragrance. I don't know. It just smells like you're clean, citrusy. A little bit of a cleaning supply, you know, in a good way kind of deal. Lemon kind of like citrus. Bright, beautiful, juicy kind of citrus that makes you think you could like eat a candy or a sour candy or some kind of like refreshing like lemonade drink. Just so friggin' great. It's juicy the way this thing comes off, and it's juicy, fresh, clean, kind of like almost mouth-watering in a way, like a candy that you would have, like a sour lemon warhead maybe, with some like fresh components, man. Bright, bright, bright. Excellent fragrance. I've liked it for a long time now, guys, and it's actually lasting me way longer than I needed it to. This is still here, guys, and I wear it like all the time. So yeah. I will be getting the original one day for sure. I've worn them, compared it. I like this one for what it does. I also like the original for what it does too, right? Very close in the air though. The original obviously has more texture to it, and it actually has a journey that it goes through as a fragrance. The dry down smells different than the mid, but this kind of gives you the same thing all day. That bright, juicy, mouth-watering citrus, kind of sour almost, but fresh. The citric experience. Citrus is done really nicely in this, though. Yeah, okay. Very full smell. Good smell right here. Lasts pretty decent time. Anyway, I wear this a ton. Not trying to sell anything to anyone. I just like it, all right? A couple of the Alexandrias really do hang in my collection. They do hang. Like, I just showed you guys a couple absolutely, like, life-changing fragrances that I love, and I wear them all the time, and they definitely have an artistic spin to them, high quality. They cover like all the different aspects of my personality and all the different use cases. And then you have these last three. So this is the last one. I just showed you two cheapies, and now I'm going to show you a third one. So 3 cheapie freshies in a row that are all unique in their own way, and I wear these all the time. Like Kaaf, I probably wear this more than Visionary. So this is Ahmed Maghribi. You see the Ahmed on the top. It's that Ahmed Maghribi, right? Never heard of this house before. My boy BT Sense was like, yo, you need to smell this. I blind bought it listening to him, and that's what I listen to my homies for, because I got a few YouTubers that I definitely talk to all the time, and those guys have good recommendations, guys. Like, if you see my comment on a video, you gotta watch their video. All right, I gotta start like linking them and atting them and stuff, because they do have really great taste. I got this because I listen to the boys. So this thing, Kaaf right here, mental. Absolutely. It's like okay, so the way I've heard it explained and the way I actually think of it too, I don't know if that's confirmation bias, but give it a little tap. Nice. Let's pop the top and spray it. Pressurized atomizer, $35. It's a touch of sweetness, probably some white florals they played with, and a lot of woodsiness, right? So you get like the Abercrombie Fierce DNA, the old school Abercrombie Fierce DNA, updated, modernized. Middle Eastern house got their hands on that kind of a smell, made it beast mode. So you have a beast mode freshie that smells different than all the other freshies. It's not a blue fragrance. It's like a aromatic, woodsy fragrance. So sick, guys. So sick, this thing right here. This is an everyman kind of smell. Like, anyone can rock this, and I get compliments on this almost more than anything else in my collection. Let me think. Okay, these two and Hawas. Wulong Cha, Kaaf, and Hawas. There's no way you're gonna get crazy amount of compliments. And what that means to me is I can feel good that I'm bringing an air with me that smells good. Like my body smells good. People want to be around you. You get compliments. It's bringing something pleasant to someone else's life. It's not just about stroking your ego. It's about helping, like, bring a positive vibe. Because if you guys know me in real life, I do bring a positive vibe with me, generally speaking. I get a little moody sometimes, but I think that's okay because I'm a human. But yeah, so this one, I need a 9-hour freshie. I throw it on. That's it. It's as simple as that. I need something unique, a little bit nostalgic. It plays with people because they have smelled something like this, but it's different enough that it smells like a new thing, right? So it might touch their nostalgia, but without reminding them of some, you know, boy that they knew back who was wearing this Abercrombie Fierce DNA. Nah, this is its own new thing. It doesn't smell just like that. It's actually better, okay? And it's beast mode. No performance problems, okay? No Viagra necessary with this one. This one is absolutely killer. Absolutely killer. Freshie, baby. All right, so that's the ones that I wear. I'll give you a little quick recap, all right? A little quick recap. High quality stuff. You got Wulong Cha, Baraonda, Cedrat. These are just heavy hitters, guys. You got one of my new late and great favorites for cold weather. It's probably my favorite fragrance right now. I gotta keep using it. I just got it yesterday, but I am in love with Red Tobacco Intense. In love with it. I mean, my favorite Lattafa made it to the list, so I do wear this I do wear this as much as I can. All right, it's not bad. It's an Acqua di Gio Profumo clone, nice and fresh. We got the cheapy stuff. You know, I got 4 cheapies that made the list. That's what I've been wearing this week. And I got 5 of the higher end stuff, guys. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you've been wearing this week. Your boy. Peace.